Have you ever noticed the quietest person in the room never complains, no matter what's thrown at them? What if I told you their silence might be the reason they win when the world breaks others? In a world where everyone voices their frustrations, vents about every inconvenience, and tweets every bad day, there are a few who stay silent. No Instagram rants, no having a rough one stories, no public drama. These are the people who face chaos with a nod, disappointment with a shrug, and even pain with a smile. And what if I told you they may have discovered a psychological superpower the rest of us are missing? Let's go deeper because it's not about being emotionless. It's about something rare, almost extinct in our hyper-connected age: silent strength. Let's break down the unspoken power of people who never complain and the science that says their approach to life might actually bring them more peace, more respect, and even more long-term success. Segment 1. The psychology behind not complaining. When someone doesn't voice every irritation, most people assume one of two things. Either they don't care, or they're bottling up their feelings, heading for a meltdown. But here's the twist. Psychologists say that many silent strength types are actually more resilient, not less. Why? Because complaining feels good in the moment, but it rewires your brain for negativity over time. A Harvard brain imaging study found something wild. When you vent, out loud or online, your brain's reward centers activate. It's like eating sugar. It feels amazing briefly. But here's the catch. The more you indulge, the more your brain craves negativity. People who avoid complaining actually train their brains to resist that urge. They become problem solvers instead of storytellers. They don't dwell, they adapt fast. Imagine this. You lose your job. Where most people spiral, you get silent. Friends wait for the meltdown, but you quietly update your resume that same night. That silence? It's not avoidance. It's focus. Segment 2. The energy armor effect. There's another layer. Every time we complain, we leak energy. We drain ourselves, reliving something bad over and over. It sounds cliché, toxic energy, but researchers have a term for it: emotional contagion. Your mood, stress, and negativity really are catching, online and offline. People who rarely complain, they're like emotional noise-canceling headphones. Instead of spreading stress, they deflect it. Studies show their calm is contagious too, making them natural leaders, even if they never want the spotlight. That coworker who never joins gossip sessions, never whines about the boss, odds are you respect them more, even if you can't explain why. Their steadiness becomes something people instinctively trust, especially when things get bad. Segment 3. Strength isn't what you think. Here's where most people get it wrong. Staying silent isn't about weakness or people-pleasing. It's about control. Psychologists call it response inhibition. It's the ability to pause, breathe, and decide, is saying this out loud going to make my life better or not? Turns out, people who never complain tend to have higher emotional intelligence and a greater sense of autonomy. They experience frustration, but channeled inward, it sharpens them. They learn, adapt, and keep building quietly. The chronic complainer, always in the same place, blaming everyone else. The silent strength, calm, building in the background, never needing applause. Who do you trust to handle your secrets? Who leads in a crisis? It's almost always the one that doesn't need to vent. Segment 4. The cost and blessing of silence. There's a flip side. Sometimes people who never complain carry silent battles nobody sees. They might miss out on support because others assume they're always fine. But here's the wild paradox. Because they solve problems alone, they grow more resourceful. And this independence over time becomes a magnet for respect and curiosity. Ever had someone tell you, "I had no idea you were going through that"? Yeah, it stings, but it's also proof you're stronger than you think. You weather storms others don't even know exist. Segment 5. How to channel silent strength. If you want to unlock this superpower, you don't need to bury your emotions. You need to ask one question every time you want to vent. Is sharing this helping me solve it, or is it just making me feel justified? If talking helps, talk. If not, turn inward. Write it down, but don't post it. Move your body. Turn stress into sweat. Channel frustration into creativity, art, music, or work. Remind yourself, not every storm needs to be broadcast to be survived. And the biggest lesson from the truly resilient: you gain power every time you choose to keep your peace. So next time you see that person who never complains, don't assume they're cold or uncaring. They may be fighting battles you'll never see. Or maybe they've simply found the secret everyone else is missing. You don't need applause, sympathy, or an audience to overcome what's hard. Sometimes the strongest person in the room is the one you never hear. And sometimes that silent strength is the reason they win when the whole world is busy talking. In a world addicted to noise, the quietest strength is the one that echoes the longest.